Federal Reserve head Jerome Powell bombed financial markets with his speech last week. It could also bomb the economy. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. At the recent annual gathering in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, of central bankers and financial poobahs from around the world, Jerome Powell delivered tough remarks about inflation. The Fed, he resoundingly declared, will raise interest rates until inflation comes down to 2%. It's more than 3 times that level today. Now, here's the kicker. Achieving this goal means weakening the economy for a sustained period of time. He warned, quote, while higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor conditions will bring down inflation, they'll also bring some pain to households and businesses, end quote. No kidding. There, in a nutshell, is the big flaw in current economic thinking, that inflation can only be cured by depressing the economy and making people poorer. It is dangerous nonsense. Inflation is not caused by people buying too much stuff or earning too much money, as Powell and his fellow travelers fear. Inflation is brought on by devaluing the dollar, that is, making it worth less, by creating too many dollars. Fixing inflation means making the dollar or any other currency stable in value. We once did that with the gold standard, which we gratuitously destroyed in the early 1970s. But from the mid-1980s to the late 1990s, when Alan Greenspan ran the Fed, we had a virtual or a sort of gold standard. Greenspan openly declared that he carefully followed the yellow metal in formulating monetary policy. It had some success. Unfortunately, Greenspan subsequently ignored gold signals, ultimately setting the stage for the financial crisis of 2008-2009. Even though a sound currency is the right remedy, nowhere does the Fed, or just about any other central bank for that matter, even mention stable currencies. It's all about suppressing demand. Austerity is the order of the day. Powell professes to be guided by the lessons of the great inflation of the 1970s. Prices would rise, the Fed would tighten, and the economy would slump. The rate of inflation came down. Then, as the economy recovered, it would rise again, worse than before, triggering another recession, and so on. Only a savage recession in the early 1980s, with sky-high unemployment, seemed to finally slay the inflationary beast, according to Powell's narrative. The conclusion? The Fed previously eased up too soon. That's why Powell vowed that wouldn't happen again. Quote, restoring price stability will likely require a restrictive policy stance for some time. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy, end quote. Powell is wrong. The reason inflation seemed so intractable in the 1970s was that when inflation came down after a recession, the Federal Reserve went back to printing too much money, sort of like eradicating mosquitoes and then putting out big pools of fetid water. The solution to monetary inflation is so simple: a stable currency. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.